We are here with Brad and Adam of 3 Days Grace. Welcome back to Dallas, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
How are you?
Very good.
Where'd you come in from?
San Antonio.
Yeah, San Antonio. Yeah.
San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you at on the tour at this moment? How far into it?
Well, we just actually did a headlining tour with Chevelle and Flyleaf, and we're taking the summer to do some festivals. Similar to
this one, EDGEFEST. Awesome.
Yeah. So we're kind of cruising the next month or so, doing this kind of thing.
Now, we need to talk about this new record. You know, one of the things that I really detest about downloads is the lack of art, because you really miss something beautiful. And the artwork for this new 3 Days Grace record is exquisite. And I was wondering, and I'm sorry, I have Googled this to the end of my life trying to figure out who it was. The person who shoots themselves in the head and the butterflies come out. Was that an inspiration for the artwork? Because when I saw this, the birds coming out of the smashed TVs reminded me of that image.
I think the record as a whole, just for us, meant just sort of trying to break away from the things that were holding us down, and that the cover of the record just sort of represents freedom for us. You know, I think a lot of people.
But the music as well, yes.
Well, yeah, and the music, of course, yeah, for sure. But the guy shooting himself in the head with the butterflies flying out the other side, I'm not sure exactly where that's from.
I'll have to find you. Find.
Was it
Banksy? Okay, that's thank you. I couldn't find it. Yeah, okay. Well,
but no, we wouldn't. No.
Well, I like it. The darkness. And then the light, and I wondered, the album starts with Bitter Taste, but ends with the title track, The Life Starts Now, and I wondered, was that a fluke, or did you do that on purpose?
No, I mean, I think when we were putting the songs together, we tried to make it almost like a story, you know. It is sort of like a story of our life over the last little while, and it seemed to make sense to end the record with Life Starts Now.
Well, when I was prepping this interview, I was really struggling because I've read a lot about what you guys have endured personally, and I didn't want to dredge all of that up because life starts now, and I wanted to move forward with that. So let me just ask, how are you? How are your families? How is everyone doing?
Really good. You know, it's like you said, it's been a long kind of road, tough road to get to where we are now. But everything right now is pretty good. You know, and I think being able to get on stage and let it all out definitely helps.
A major catharsis?
Yeah.
What No More? Tell me about No More, because that song is fabulous.
That's No More is actually probably one of my favorites on the record. It's just, I mean, it's really just about feeling like we're just controlled by fear. You know, it's just looking. I mean, we were just looking at how every day we're turning on the TV and we're just getting pumped with fear all the time, and that song's really, I mean, it's very kind of simple, and it's just about that, you know.
Well, you're kind of lucky to be in a band in a way, because I mean, yeah, I know you have access to the internet, but you can kind of get away from that, can't you, to some extent, when you're in your cocoon on the bus, just kind of hanging out with your brothers?
Yeah, for sure. It is nice to be able to just kind of sit in a little spot with guitars and just talk and play music. Yeah.
Now, this is the second time that you guys had actually worked with Howard Benson. Did that help? I mean, he knew you from before, so he was able. I was trying to remember. Doesn't he have like some background in aerospace engineering or something? So he's kind of crazy in a way, but he understands space enough to give you what you need to create.
Yeah, he's like a mad scientist, really.
That's what I've heard. That
Yeah.
Seether says that, and I think Flyleaf has said that too. And there's some band that said, and I love it when I'm listening to the record, when I can hear Howard's fingers at work, because somebody once said that when you work with Howard, he makes the drums sound like dump trucks falling from stars. So when I'm listening to this record, blasting in the car, I feel like I'm from a different planet.
That's cool. Yeah, it was cool working with him, because we actually recorded the record in Vancouver, and it's hard to get Howard out of LA, out of his studio. So it took us some work, but we managed to get him up to Canada into the warehouse in Vancouver to do the record. So. It was a different feel, different vibe, but he definitely put his touch on it.
Now, how amazing was it to find out that they were using The Good Life in the NFL draft? Because that was crazy. I'm channel checking, and it's like, oh my God, 3 Days Grace, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
Pretty cool, definitely cool.
It was cool.
Didn't they use some of your stuff too? Did they use that song too for some of the college basketball games?
Yeah, I think it got used, for some of the NCAA stuff, and
yeah.
I think Break was actually used during the Super Bowl, which was crazy too. And
Pretty cool.
I got about 800 text messages come in when they heard Break during the Super Bowl, which was pretty awesome. But
Now I'm going to shake my fist at you
uh-oh.
for Last to Know.
Yeah.
That is devastating, but your ethereal vocals are exquisite, and I'm wondering, how do you do that live? I mean, because I know it's got to be a beating to go out there and do the hardcore meat and potatoes songs, but then you come to something like that that's so not only vulnerable for you. I mean, obviously there's a story being told there, but I'm curious, can you do that live?
Well, are you going to be busy at 10 after 8? Because that's what time we're on, and I think we'll probably end up
So
playing
you
that
are going to,
song.
I mean, I know sometimes songs that are on the record don't end up getting performed, and so, especially on these festival shows. Because
We're actually going to play that one today, I think. I think we're going to do it. Yeah, it's just, my influences musically are all over the board, so I've just, I've grown up with different, different music, different vocalists, different stuff, and yeah, that's a fun one. Yeah. What's that?
Care to name a few? Anyone in particular? Any
I mean,
definitive one?
Well, that's a tough one. I don't know. I mean, years ago I got introduced to Jeff Buckley, which really changed my view on,
he
just on
changes
music
everybody's view.
Yeah.
That's Jeff.
So when I heard Grace, it was like,
I just got chills. That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah. So that I mean, for me, he was a big one, and that wasn't that long ago, but but yeah. So anyway, that's where that comes from.
You have a birthday coming up. Any special plans? Are you guys going to be still on the road? I mean, is it hard to celebrate when you're?
We are going to be on the road. I think we have a show that day.
Yeah.
The same day. I'm not sure. No real special plans. No. I mean, no.
So what's the next leg in the tour for you? And when might we see 3 Days Grace back here?
I think we're going to wrap up doing some outdoor radio festivals sort of similar to this at the beginning of June. June 6th, I think, might be our last show. And then we're going to take some time off, maybe take a few months off, and then hopefully just headline back in the fall, go out and do a headlining tour in the fall.
I think
you
we're
have to come to the station and do an acoustic set. I demand it. I demand 3 Days Grace.
All right, we will.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, now you guys go on stage. 8:10 tonight.
Yeah.
Awesome. So congratulations. Gorgeous record. And congratulations on this. And we'll see you later tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.